When I think about West Kauaʻi, the first thing I think about is, of course, family. I think about my grandfather, HS, how he must have felt at the age of 12 coming into Port Allen, into a foreign land, just to get to his older brother. You know, the fear, the uncertainty, but also the hope and the dream that many immigrant families had when they made that long trek and that long journey over. The words that come to my mind, of course, roots, family, community, leadership. The type of leadership that doesn't lead from an ivory tower, that doesn't lead strictly from an office. The type of leadership that's willing to roll up their sleeves, get their hands dirty, and work shoulder to shoulder with the working men and women of this island. The type of leadership that you see every single day on West Kauai. And I can remember my dad, and I wish they were here to see all of this, but I can remember my dad always saying, hey, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget your roots. Don't forget West Kauai. And so we're investing in West Kauai. We're continuing to work on Hanapepe Bridge, on Hanapepe Road repairs. Moy Road sidewalk is something that we've heard over and over and over again. And of course, making sure our kids are safe. And you know, right off the bat, we went out to Kekaha School, and with Eolomao o Kekaha having a community meeting, we were able to hear firsthand the priorities of the people that live there. And with their help and the help of the county council, we were finally able to install crosswalks and do improvements to make the area around Kekaha School generally safer than what it was before. And of course, investment means putting your money where your mouth is. Prior to our administration, 16 miles of roads were paved with $5 million. This past year, we paved over 26 miles of roads and invested $10.7 million, twice as much. Next year, we estimate to pave 27 miles and invest $16 million into the economy. This type of government spending creates jobs. It gets our people back to work. It improves the quality of life by making necessary infrastructure improvements that are long overdue. Of course, we're working with our people of Kekaha as we look to vertically expand the Kekaha landfill, which will give us another 4 years, which will also continue to host community benefits program for the Kekaha community for at least that long as well. And of course, we would be remiss if we didn't say that we are making much needed improvements and repairs to Hanapepe Stadium. We truly believe that the kids, the young at heart, our kupuna deserve to have great fields of dreams, because sports is so much more than sports. For many kids, it's a window of opportunity for college experience, for a higher education. But for West Kauai, athletics and the way that they rally around their Waimea Menehune, it it's a way that the community can come together. Of course, not all the kids are gonna want to play football, basketball, baseball, and soccer. I see many of these kids that were very much like myself growing up. I was more interested in skateboarding, and I can remember the sting of how it felt as a kid that just wanted to skate, being chased away by security guards, being kicked off of properties that we just wanted to have fun. We're like every other kid. And so we want to be able to offer the youth of West Kauai the same thing that I've always wanted as a kid, a safe place to skateboard. So we're committed to creating a skate park for West Kauai for those kids that are very much like myself. The kids where when I look at them and I see their kolohe eyes, I almost see myself in them. And as we move into the future, we have to be mindful that change is inevitable. With the purchase of 417 acres from the Faya family, we were able to get 400 acres preserved for community use for Waimea. And I want to thank the Faya Ohana for believing in us, believing that we would be good stewards of that property. And right now we're engaging in the Waimea 400 initiative, where once again we're going out to the people of the West Side to tell them we're here to listen. We can envision what we've heard about before, that housing is always an issue. And I have to say that I'm very happy that recently we're able to finally break ground on what is going to be West Kauaʻi's main affordable housing project for the next several years that will ultimately let people of the West Side be able to stay out on West Kauaʻi, where young people will be able to raise their families. And that's at Limaola, a long-standing project that was born out of our beloved late great Mayor Brian J. Baptiste, carried through with former Mayor Carvalho, and finally under our leadership, we're going to be able to break ground and start getting some of these housing units built for our people out there on West Kauaʻi. And we have Waimea Huaka'i, a project that's already completed. People are living under those roofs. We have Kauaʻi Makana workforce housing down in Poipu. And we will continue to work with organizations like Habitat for Humanity, creating public-private partnerships to truly create affordable housing for the people of West Kauaʻi. I think what's on the top of people's mind is Kauai County's response to COVID-19. The decisions that we made, the decisions that I stand by, the decisions that I believe in, the decisions that I think is going to navigate this island through some challenging times. And it's really quite simple. I was raised to respect my elders. I was raised that the strong have an obligation to help those that are not as strong, to protect those that need help. Our economy will come back. I know this. Health is a top priority. And we will be able to navigate this island through our leadership, through any challenge that we're faced with. I know many people are speculating what the future holds for myself, for my family. There's speculation that I'm taking a look at higher office. I want to be the first to tell you that I came home to Kauaʻi to be your mayor. I came home to be with my family. I came home because home is where the heart is. And I want to be the first to tell you that beyond all the speculation, straight from the horse's mouth, nothing could make me happier and more energized than being able to serve another 4 years as your mayor. There's so much that I want to do, so much more that needs to happen for West Kauaʻi, so many things that I've had to put on the side to be able to handle these challenges as we move along, and we'll get to them, but I'm going to need your help. When I think about West Kauaʻi, I think about the people that gave folks like my grandpa HS a chance, the people that believed in him and said, let's give this guy a shot. When I think about West Kauaʻi, I think about the people that first believed in me, that said, let's give this guy a shot. And I will always be grateful, and I will always be indebted to that. And I commit to you to be able to serve this community as long as you choose to. Aloha.